This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Thursday means it's Fishbowl Thursday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and we have a super sweet, value-filled, combo-ish, sort of, blue-black deck to check out today. This is blue-black Training Rats for Modern from Dennis14. So thank you so much to Dennis14 for sending in a super cool deck. A quick reminder before we break down blue-black Training Rats for Modern. If you want your own deck considered for a future edition of Fishbowl Thursday, make sure to leave a link in the comments, or you can email me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. So blue-black Training Rats is kind of a blue-black mid-rangey, somewhat control-ish style deck. However, it's built around a really unique card, which is Training Grounds. So Training Grounds is a 1-mana enchantment that makes it so activated abilities on creatures you control cost up to 2 less to activate. However, it can't make them cost less than 1. So you can't just make things cost 0 and just go truly infinite right away, but you can get things down from a expensive cost all the way to 1 mana if you play the right card. So the idea of this deck is to use Training Grounds with some creatures with some really powerful activated abilities that are a little expensive in Modern, but Training Grounds makes them much more efficient. So the best example of this, and the namesake card of the deck, is Pack Rat. So Pack Rat is a star for 2 mana, a power toughness equal to the number of rats we control. But the big deal here is it has an ability where you can pay 3 mana and discard a card to make a copy of Pack Rat, which obviously grows the Pack Rat you have on the battlefield because you got more rats on the battlefield. 3 mana, I mean, that's fine. But if we can get down a Training Grounds with Pack Rat, suddenly we have a Pack Rat that allows us to pay 1 mana, discard a card, make another Pack Rat, which means maybe on like turn 3, if we go Training Grounds on 1, Pack Rat on turn 2, on turn 3, we just activate Pack Rat 3 times. We end up with 4 Pack Rats on the battlefield by discarding 3 cards, and then we can do it again next turn to grow them even bigger, so we can just win by turn 4 by attacking with Pack Rats. And the great thing about Pack Rat is we can always just keep making more of them. So even if our opponent kills 1 Pack Rat, once we got the copies out, we always have the ability to make more. So that's kind of activated ability number 1. Training Grounds, making Pack Rat cost a single mana. Then we have another super spicy option, which is Dimir Guildmage. So Dimir Guildmage is a 2-mana 2/2, and it has 2 activated abilities. One is you can pay 4, including a blue, and target player draws a card, or you can pay 4, including a black, and make target player discard a card. Gotta do it as a sorcery, but whatever. If we can get down to Training Grounds, though, those abilities become 2 mana, so we can very quickly empty our opponent's hand, and once we get our opponent empty-handed by using this 2 mana discard, then we can turn the ability on ourselves, 2 mana draw a card. It gets even crazier if we happen to get to 2 Training Grounds, which as we are drawing through our deck we should find, then the abilities are only 1 mana. 1 blue mana, draw a card, 1 black mana, target player discards a card. So we just empty our opponent's hand, draw through our deck at lightning speed, find our other finishers, our Pack Rats, to close out the game. Our other 2 big activated abilities are just 1 and 2 ofs, but very powerful. Scarab God, Tassiger the Golden Fang. So Scarab God, you probably know what this one does from standard. 4 mana, you get to exile a creature from the graveyard, get a 4/4 copy of it. Also a 5/5 and just a very powerful card overall. If we get down Training Grounds, though, we make it just a blue and a black mana, so we could just steal creatures from the graveyard like crazy, get back our Pack Rats or Dimir Guildmages, or steal our opponent's creatures that we kill with our removal spells. And then Tassiger ends up being 2 mana to mill 2 cards and return a non-land of our opponent's choice from our graveyard to our hand. So another huge card advantage engine that is just churning through our deck, drawing us multiple extra cards each turn by leaving a big body behind on the battlefield. So that is the plan of the deck. Play Training Grounds, hopefully on turn 1. Play Pack Rats, make tons of rats, play Dimir Guildmage, mind twist away our opponent's hand, eventually Scarab God and Tassiger to help close out the game if Pack Rats isn't enough to get it done. So that's the Training Grounds part of the deck. The rest of the deck is fairly typical blue-black mid-range / control stuff. So we have the Modern discard package, Inquisitions, Thought Seizes, Collective Brutalities, just to tear apart our opponent's hand in the early game, protect our Pack Rats, make sure our Training Grounds are going to be able to resolve. Then we have some removal. Fatal Push, Cast Down, Victim of Night, a bunch of removal spells, and remember, we do have Scarab God, so eventually, as we draw through our deck with these cheap activated abilities thanks to our training ground, we're going to find our Scarab God, so every one of our opponent's creatures that we're killing, in the back of our head we're thinking, eventually, that is going to be our creature, because we're going to get it back as a 4/4 with Scarab God to close out the game, so our removal spells are mostly to keep us alive in the early game, but they have a little bit of extra value since we eventually want to take those creatures with Scarab God. Otherwise, we got a bunch of ways to just churn through our deck and find our combo pieces. Serum Vision on turn 1, digging for our training grounds, our pack rats, Chart a Course to draw 2 cards, maybe we get to keep both, maybe we got to discard one, depends on what creatures we have going on. Search for Iskanta just takes advantage of the fact that we're discarding cards to pack rat, we're milling cards with Chart a Course, we can flip it pretty quickly, then we just dig for more discard, more removal, more ways to protect our main combo. As far as the mana base, Creeping Tarpit, Mutavault give us a couple of creature lands to help close out the game, a bunch of fetch lands, some shock lands, some Dark Slick Shores, and basic lands. As far as the sideboard, we get more discard for the combo and control matchups, we get a bunch of counter spell options, Counter Squall, Ceremonious Rejection for Tron and Affinity, Echoing Truth, kind of a catch-all, Damnation is a sweeper, Nihil Spellbomb to deal with our opponent's graveyard without touching our graveyard, which we do want active for our Tassigurs, our Scarab Gods. Tassigur the Golden Fang, one more big finisher that can generate some value, and that is blue-black training rats for Modern. And that's been our Fishbowl Thursday instant deck tech for this week. So again, thanks to Dennis14 for sending it in. Deck looks super spicy. And again, if you want your own deck considered for a future Fishbowl Thursday, leave that link in the comments or email me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.